Welcome back, Pause Menu Society. I'm one of your hosts, Derek Daniel Ocean. With me is Killer Colby, Jazzy Jasmine, super producer, Big Money Sturl. Who is that with the little feedback or whatever?
Oh, golly.
Okay,
There we
so
go.
um, before we get into the show, I was just telling my colleagues. Unfortunately, we had a very tragic event happen in my family last night. So um I want to dedicate this show to the memory of my cousin Jody. I love you. Damn sure gonna miss you. We're all gonna miss you. Um, it's gonna be tough, but we're gonna shepherd on, and we are going to move forward as a family in your honor. To Nadia, uh, little Jody, Jacoby, Joey, his new grandchild, sending a lot of light and love. To Kim and Tamika, you know how much I love you too. Um, we're gonna get through this one way or the other, right? So, just asking everybody to reach out and send blessings and light and love to my family because we damn sure need it at this time. And again, this episode is in the memory of Jody Jordan. We love you. All right. Um, quick program note: we don't have anything from Six Brown Chicks today to our audience because they're dealing the people who run the account. There's some storms in the area when I checked yesterday. One second. Um, so let me check their page again, see maybe if they got something. But as far as I know, they didn't have anything. Um, do, 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 do. Yeah. So Mother Nature threw two tornadoes our way yesterday, and our little village and surrounding areas is in a complete blackout. We drove around randomly to find internet service to post this. Six Brown Chicks chat returns next week. Be safe out there, beloved. So much love to everybody in the area. Chicago, Illinois. Wow. So that's where the account originates from, but I don't know. But sending lots of light and love to everybody affected by those storms. Ooh, Bradley Bill returning to the Clippers. 2 year, $13.2 million to return to the Clippers.
Shit, they had to do
Um,
something.
yeah, we we got some shit to get into. Um, I guess we can start with the sale of the Lakers. Did everybody get caught up on this?
Hmm.
Yeah,
The
it's over.
ramifications around this. So this is very interesting. Um, one of the names I immediately recognized, Bob Iger, was the head of Disney just a short time ago. The funny thing about this sale of the team and the price they paid for the Lakers is Bob Iger paid $12 million about 14 years ago to acquire the Star Wars IP from George Lucas. So it's just funny
Hmm.
that 12 million was the amount that they settled on. The other person, interestingly enough, happens to be the brother of Donald Trump's son-in-law. So we have to dig into that a little bit. So ESPN, this comes from Ramona Shelburne. August 12th, 2026, 9:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Los Angeles Lakers are being sold to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger for $12.5 billion, a record-breaking price, multiple sources told ESPN. Now, to put this in context, when Donald Sterling was forced to sell the Clippers back in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, they went for $2 billion. The Clippers are not nearly as valuable as a franchise as the Lakers are. If you remember correctly, last year, the Buss family sold a percentage of the Lakers to Mark Walters, who is the principal owner of the Dodgers. Also, I think the Los Angeles Sparks were included in that sale as well. So when he bought the Lakers, it's like, okay, well, it made all the sense in the world. Story goes on to say the businessmen were involved in the expansion process in Las Vegas, but in a stunning turn, they pivoted to make an aggressive offer to buy the Lakers from Mark Walter, who purchased a controlling interest in the team from the Buss family last year for a record franchise valuation of approximately $10 billion.
10 billion. Yeah.
As lifelong NBA fans, this from Iger and Kushner, quote, as lifelong NBA fans, we are deeply honored for the opportunity to become the stewards of the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the most iconic sports franchises in the world. We have immense respect for the leadership and vision of Jerry and Jeannie Buss. Kushner and Iger said in a statement, our long-term commitment is to build on that foundation, compete at the highest level, and serve this extraordinary team, its fans, in the city of Los Angeles. So these are the last big purchases, acquisitions of teams in sports. This year, of course, the Lakers $12.5 billion. Last year, the Lakers $10 billion. 2026, to start off the year after the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, they sold for $9.6 billion. The Celtics sold for $6.1 billion, and we see how that's worked out. It seems that they are dismantling that team. The Commanders in 2023 sold to the group that included Magic Johnson for $6.5 billion. Now, Walter, the CEO and chair of a diversified holding company, TWE Global, has been the Lakers' majority owner since October when his bid was unanimously approved by the NBA. Quote, owning the Los Angeles Lakers has been one of the greatest honors of my life, an extraordinary investment. What I will carry with me is the community, the fans, and a city that treats this team as a family, Walter said in a statement. I am grateful to Jeannie Buss, the Buss family, the players, and the staff for welcoming me into this chapter. The Lakers belong to Los Angeles, and I have every confidence the best is still ahead. The sale will need approval from the NBA's Board of Governors, and that process can take several weeks. The next board meeting is set for September in New York. Um, this is where things get interesting. Quote, again, we were involved in pursuing the new franchise in Las Vegas, and while that happened, it was suggested to us that maybe Mark Walter would be interested in selling his stake in the Lakers. We immediately decided that given the value of the franchise and the iconic nature of the team, that we would be really smart to pursue it. The deal came together in 3 days, Iger told the California Post. It's that simple. Luka Doncic, the Lakers franchise cornerstone, especially after the departure of LeBron James, said on social media that he looks forward to meeting Kushner and Iger. Quote, being a Laker means everything to me, and I'm excited to get back on the court and bring a championship to LA. I've gotten used to big changes over the last few years, but I know that no matter what, there's no limit to the potential of this iconic franchise, Doncic posted to X. I look forward to meeting with Josh and Bob so we can get to work building something special in LA together. Walter and TWG Global have interest in multiple professional sports organizations, including Los Angeles Dodgers, Los Angeles Sparks, Premier League club Chelsea, and the Professional Women's Hockey League. Through TWG Motorsports, Walter owns several auto racing teams, including Cadillac Formula One. Walter is 66, is selling only the Lakers in this transaction, sources told ESPN. Walter, who built his financial empire in the insurance industry, is under federal investigation for alleged tax fraud by other companies tied to the billionaire. Bloomberg reported in July that U.S. prosecutors in Manhattan are examining whether Delaware Life Insurance Company and Clear Spring Life, an annuity company, two insurances controlled by Walter, failed to disclose that their private credit holdings backed other Walter-controlled ventures. The Security and Exchange Commission is running a parallel investigation, according to the Bloomberg report. Kushner, 41, founded the venture capital firm Thrive Capital as the co-founder and vice chairman of Oscar Health. Kushner, who is the brother of President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, runs Thrive Eternal, the investment fund to which FIFA wanted to sell a minority stake to run its World Cup tournaments for $4.2 billion. FIFA President Gianni Infantino withdrew that proposal earlier this month. Kushner holds a minority stake in the Miami Heat and previously was a minority owner of the Memphis Grizzlies. He will have to sell his stake in the Heat to clear the way for the Lakers' purchase. Iger, 75, was succeeded this year as Disney CEO by Josh D'Amaro, ending his second term in the role. In 2024, along with wife Willow Bay, I did not know Bob Iger was married to Willow Bay. He became the controlling owner of the NWSL team Angel City FC. All right. So I looked up Bob Iger's net worth. It's somewhere in the 100 millions. Kushner is the one who's really bankrolling this. He's in the billions as far as net worth goes. It's very odd that the president of the country had the Department of Justice investigating Mark Walter and Kushner, his son-in-law's brother, and Iger wanted the Las Vegas franchise, which people say Bron has his eyes on that franchise. When he retires, he wants to go straight to the boardroom and run an NBA franchise. And Bron has been very, very open about that. So you have the Department of Justice investigate this guy. And everybody's like, he sold the Lakers to pay, for what the money he's going to have to pay back. $12 billion. Great. No other franchise that he had vested interest in had to be sold. Department of Justice, and now your son-in-law's brother is the principal owner of one of the most valued sport franchises in the world. This don't seem weird to anybody but me, because this seems fucking weird.
Anything his name is attached to is obviously weird to me because he'll do shit right out in the open and expect people not to look into it just because he's the president. So
Exactly. He's literally the person that gets power, gets into the boardroom and the conference room and abuses it. There's nobody higher than me. I can do whatever the fuck I want. This is all this is reading to me. Anybody who doesn't think that the two are like, they're not mutually exclusive, but it just looks a little crazy to me. I'm just saying, this looks fucking crazy. So, of course, our good friend Pablo Torre never want to miss out on something like this. So so this is exclusive from Front Office Sports. NBA owners are stunned by Mark Walter's decision to sell the Lakers for $12.5 billion less than a year after buying a controlling stake. Multiple sources tell FOS they believe that a federal investigation into Walter may have triggered the unprecedented no-auction sale, which makes sense. I just knew one of my coworkers, I'm in the break room. I think I was grabbing my yogurt out the fridge, and another coworker. So I actually have two coworkers also named Derek. So one of them comes in. He was like, "Did you see this Laker thing?" I was like, "Yeah, we were just talking about it." And he was like, "I think the guy is related to Trump." So I think that's around the time I text the group chat, and then I started doing some digging. I'm like, "Holy shit!" And I messaged him on Teams. I was like, "You were 100% right. It's the brother of Trump's son-in-law." So this all just stank from the minute I looked into it. Something just isn't right. So again, Dodgers owner Mark Walter bought the Lakers a year ago for $10 billion and sells the team for $12 billion. Walter is reportedly under a federal investigation for loan fraud, so this can't be a good sign for how all of this is going. So Mark Walter, who was at the White House recently, is under investigation by the Trump administration and just so happened to abruptly sell one of America's premier sports franchises to the brother of Trump's son-in-law. Anybody with a good working brain in their head smells some bullshit going on here. Few years ago, when Brian spoke out about certain things going on around the country, he was told to shut up and dribble and keep sport politics out of sports, this, that, and the third. If this ain't political, I don't know what the fuck is.
I
Like, if
mean,
this ain't political,
it is, but the only problem is because who he is and how much power he has. I bet you Torre don't dig into this shit. Bet that.
well, Pablo's
No.
actually, Pablo's not missing a moment. I saw his tweet. I forgot to bookmark it. What did Pablo say? Um, oh, there's some stuff about the Suns owner too. Um, Pablo, where you at, brother? Okay, now why is it that there was an NBA owner committing actual crime in known tight circles for months and there wasn't a peep out of you? One of my favorite subplots of the Clippers investigation are the team approved beat writers who praying that we lose interest, apparently unaware that we are constantly working on multiple stories. Um, okay, so Pablo said, so the Mark Walter federal investigation colliding with Gianni Infantino's preferred private equities backers is a lot. Um, he's going to dig into this. I don't know if that's a good thing for him. The Kawhi thing is like nobody cares, but now people do care. Let me not say that. Now you're playing in a different sandbox. Anything that involves unfortunately anyone related to the president of the United States and one of the NBA's preeminent franchises. Like, you're playing in a different sandbox now. Me knowing Pablo for who he is, he's not going to budge on this. Um, I just pray that it doesn't, spill
Yeah,
outside of, journalism,
it
because
is.
Pablo's not going to budge. He's
He
not going to
he
budge. Like,
he could play that game if he want to. Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers, who are a downtrodden franchise and always has been, is one thing. You get to playing with the president and the Lakers. Yeah, check your brakes every morning.
take a Uber. Just take a Uber, Pablo.
Yeah,
Take a
you better
Uber.
do something.
He's also investigating a situation with the Niners. It has something to do with like the electricity fields like near the stadium and stuff like that. It's affecting people, and like I haven't really had a chance to dig into it with everything going on, but it's kind of crazy, man. The NBA Board of Governors is going to do what's best for the league. I 100% expect this sale to be finalized. Um, at this point, I don't know what Jim Buss is doing. There's another Buss brother who's the youngest one, and he's about our age. I don't know what he's doing. They just seem to they once Dr. Buss died, they didn't really seem to have outside of Jim. And Jim, truthfully, was just about making Phil Jackson's life a living hell. Whatever he could do to fuck over Phil Jackson is all Jim wanted to do. He did not create a better franchise for the Lakers didn't return to being, I wouldn't call them an elite team. Like, the bubble championship counts. I know it don't count. People always say that because it was Bron and the Lakers. If any other team won that championship that year, it would 100% count. They're just saying it because it's Bron and it's the Lakers. Um, Now they didn't become an elite team like they once were, but they got back into the conversation. So I will say Genie at least did that. The last banner that's hanging, and I'm not calling it fucking crypto, it's still Staples Center to me. Jeannie's responsible for that banner being up there. She weathered the storm after Magic left. Rob Pelinka talking shit about Magic behind his back, but the rest of the Buss family just didn't seem to care about the team anymore. Um, Jeannie's married to Jay Moore. She's doing comedy. I think that she's just like, maybe she held on because it was the last piece of Dr. Buss that they had, that, like having your dad, but I don't know how much they care anymore. I think if Magic had stuck around, maybe Jeannie doesn't sell. $12 billion, they're gonna make a lot of fucking money off the sale of this team. They're gonna make a lot of fucking money. So kudos to them, man. But this has just stank all over it. This just has like absolute stank all over it. Um, it's like, again, it was shut up and dribble a couple years ago. Now y'all throwing y'all weight around. And it's indicative of what's happened in the country since the ballots were cast back in 2016, when everybody's like, oh, there's no way he'll actually win. He's not going to win. Nobody cares. And then he won. And then we're like, yo, what the fuck happened here? Get him out of office the next time. And then y'all bring the motherfucker back. This shit feels like tyranny. It just feels like absolute tyranny to me.
Yeah, buddy.
So I don't know, man. Prayers to everybody. It's hard to be a Laker fan right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's really, really fucking hard.
And
Sticking with sports, man. You got some, Kobe?
I was like, maybe this will turn them around or something. It might be the joke they need.
I do, I don't. Here's the thing. I think Bob Iger is a very, very smart businessman. Like, Disney had, like, the MCU was at its peak when Iger was like, and I know a lot of that credit goes to Kevin Feige because he's directly over Marvel, but Bob Iger still had to green light those films. You know what I mean? Like, Kevin Feige would be like, hey, we're gonna make, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And they have to go to Bob Iger like, hey, we want to make a Doctor Strange movie. And he's like, really? You want to make a fucking Doctor Strange standalone movie? Like, so Disney prospered, like, they've released, fuck, how many? stuff in the Star Wars universe since they acquired them. Um, they've expanded their scope in gaming and all that. So they've definitely prospered. Bob Iger is a very intelligent businessman. I just don't know what the fuck he knows about basketball. And we're in the age of analytics. I never thought Rob Pelinka was a great GM, to be completely honest with you. That's why when Magic left, I was like, this is not going to be good. I just like
We're going to
Rob
really see
Pelinka.
how good of a GM he is now, because once they get rid of this season, they've already broken down the team, losing Brian and bringing all these players in to go around Luka.
Yeah.
You got a lot of contracts that are going to be up next year. So we're going to really see how good he is. And we're also going to really see how strong the Lakers are now without a LeBron, and how they're going to be able to acquire players over the next couple of years.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody wants to play for a bunch of guys that are like venture capitalists. I just don't know. And again, Rob Pelinka's biggest claim to fame was being on the Michigan Fab Five teams and being Kobe's agent. Like, I just like when they announced him as like before he got announced, it was rumblings like it's gonna be Rob Pelinka, and I'm just like, he's getting this job because he's Kobe's fucking agent. What the fuck is Pelinka proved? Like, I don't see where this goes. And again, when they were like, okay, well, Magic's gonna be there.
Wasn't he
Okay,
with the Golden State
well,
Warriors for a second?
Pelinka, I don't think so. I'd have to check. I know he literally went. You got to remember, Kobe retired in what 2016. Pelinka got the Laker job a year before Bron showed up. He was
Hmm.
Kobe's agent. Yeah, he got like, and he didn't sign like. Sure, he was there with at the contract signing, but when it hit midnight on that date, and Magic was on Bron's front porch. Magic Johnson brought LeBron to the Lakers. Rob Pelinka didn't do that. He just got credit for that. And Rob Pelinka is the reason Magic walked out. You think the Lakers don't acquire more top end talent if Magic Johnson was still in the building?
Oh yeah, they definitely get who they want for sure.
Yeah, that Rob Pelinka failed upwards. Now I just don't know if these dudes know anything about basketball. So I don't know how this works. Like Luka can be great all day long. No one player has won a title by himself. They have to put the right talent around him, and I don't know if Rob Pelinka is capable of doing that. But I also look at this and I'm like, I don't exactly like the position this puts me in as a fan of the Lakers. Um, it's also not a good time to be a Bulls fan either, but I mean, I'm used to it at this point, them fucking suffering. But this is just this isn't ideal. And everybody's like, well, you have more money. There's still a salary cap. I need people to understand this. Well, now y'all gonna be run by like Jeannie Buss was cheap. She didn't want to spend money. These guys will spend money. There is still a salary cap, you guys. There's still a salary cap. So I don't know, man. But sticking with sports, um, did y'all hear about this LSU Jaden Daniels situation?
Nah.
No. Okay. So Jaden Daniels, attorneys sent a letter to LSU today. LSU football attention Verge Osbury, Skip Bertman Drive, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70803, United States. Shout out to Nolly, my little cousin's an LSU student. Regarding demand to immediately cease and desist use of likeness. Mr. Osbury, our firm represents Mr. Jaden Daniels in connection with the matters relating to the commercial and promotional use of his name, image, likeness, voice, signature, photograph, biographical information, personal attributes, and other indicia of identity and publicity rights, collectively his NIL. We have been informed that Louisiana State University, including its athletics department, coaches, affiliated personnel, vendors, licensees, and or other persons or entities acting as LSU's direction or for its benefit, continues to use Mr. Daniels' NIL, notwithstanding the expiration of the contractual period during which LSU was authorized to do so. Specifically, the agreement Mr. Daniels entered into with LSU and or its athletics compliance office provided LSU with at most a limited 180 days post-termination or post-expiration grace period for the continued use of Mr. Daniels' NIL. That grace period has long expired. So they don't know if that goes from his last snap taken in the bowl game or when he officially declared for the draft or what. Nobody's sure on that yet. Accordingly, LSU no longer possesses any contractual authorization license, consent, or other right to use, display, reproduce, distribute, publish, transmit, advertise, promote, commercialize, or otherwise exploit Mr. Daniels' NIL. This prohibition includes any use of Mr. Daniels' NIL in connection with accomplishments achieved during his tenure at LSU, including without limitation any individual honors such as the Heisman Trophy. Any continued use of Mr. Daniels' NIL beyond the expiration of the applicable 180-day period constitutes a violation of the parties' agreement and unauthorized exploitation of Mr. Daniels' valuable publicity and proprietary rights. LSU and all persons acting on its behalf must preserve all documents, electronically stored information, communications, contracts, licensees, sub-licenses, approvals, marketing materials, financial records, and other materials relating to Mr. Daniels' NIL. This preservation obligation applies to information maintained by LSU. Other third parties, LSU must take immediate steps to suspend any routine document destruction, deletion, overriding, auto-delete, or data retention policies that could result in the destruction or alteration of relevant evidence. Accordingly, LSU must immediately cease and desist from any further use, display, publication, distribution, promotion, commercialization, or other exploitation of Mr. Daniels' NIL in any manner or medium. Any use of Mr. Daniels' NIL occurring after LSU's receipt of this notice will be deemed knowing and willful and will be pursued vigorously through all available legal, equitable remedies without further notice. Noting in this letter constitutes a waiver of any rights or remedies available to Mr. Daniels, all of which are expressly reserved. Please direct all communication concerning this matter to the undersigned. Refrain from contacting Mr. Daniels directly. Adam B. Kenner, Esquire, Kenner, Imperdo, PLLC. So, this is not uncommon. Jasmine, you've been on the USC campus, haven't you? Okay. I know you didn't see any Reggie Bush stuff there. They may have put Reggie stuff back out there. But there's definitely OJ Simpson stuff there in the Hall of Champions and shit like that. And Keyshawn Johnson. And they, of course, played before NIL was an actual thing. Everybody's like, this is very strange. And you know what they say about Jaden's mother, right? He can't make no decisions without his mother. This reeks of his mother, this, that, and the third. Why do y'all think this is happening?
Probably when you
Nobody?
pay for it.
Okay, so this is where it all breaks down. An attorney representing Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels has informed LSU that it can no longer use his name, image, and likeness, according to an August 5th letter sent to the Tigers athletic director, Burge Osbury, a copy of which was obtained by ESPN on Wednesday. At the center of the dispute, according to a statement from Daniels' spokesperson ESPN, is that the Tigers are allowing sophomore quarterback DJ Pickett to wear the number 5 jersey that Daniels wore when he became LSU's third Heisman Trophy winner in 2023. This is all over the number 5. While Daniels' jersey has not been retired by the Tigers, it's the first time a player has worn number 5 since he left the program for the NFL, a whopping 3 years ago. Quote, the Daniels family is deeply, this is a statement from his family, or from his representatives, which a lot of people feel like is from his mother. Daniels' family is deeply disappointed and feels profoundly disrespected by LSU's decision to give Jaden's number to another player. The statement from, what is that? The statement from Daniels' spokesperson said, Jaden and his family had every reason to believe that his number will remain a meaningful part of his LSU legacy and will be honored and protected in recognition of his extraordinary contributions to the university. Pickett wore number 3 during his first season with the Tigers in 2025 when he was named a freshman All-American. He led LSU with 3 interceptions to go with 37 tackles and 1 sack and 524 defensive snaps. Pickett was wearing number 5 when the Tigers opened preseason practice last week, leading to questions about why first-year coach Lane Kiffin had allowed the jersey swap to happen. Quote, Jaden made it clear that he did not want his number given to another player. He believed his wishes would be respected. The statement said his Heisman Trophy winning season and everything he accomplished on and off the field cemented his place in LSU history. To see his number given to another player is incredibly disappointing. Feels like a failure to honor the significance of what Jaden accomplished at LSU. The number 9 jersey that Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow used at LSU hasn't been worn since 2019 when he won the Heisman Trophy and led the Tigers to a 15-0 record in the college football national playoff national championship. An LSU athletic department spokesman declined to comment when reached by ESPN on Wednesday. Kiffin told reporters August 5th that Pickett had been promised he could wear number 5 when he signed with the Tigers in December of 2024. Pickett had won that number as a high school star in Zephyrhills, Florida, where he was the number 2 quarterback in the class of 2025 by ESPN Recruiting. This quote by Lane Kiffin, quote, DJ is in number 5, and that was a situation that was promised to him in recruiting here. For him to sign here, Kiffin said, I've done a lot of research on that with the family and the representatives and the people, so I really didn't have a decision to make. It was promised to the kid. It wasn't done for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to judge something that was done when I wasn't here, but when a kid is promised something to come to a school, he should wear it. So at that point, I don't think it's really my decision. We should honor what he was told. Former LSU coach Brian Kelly told ESPN on Wednesday that he believed number 5 was promised to Pickett during his recruitment. Pause. You believe? You were the head coach at the time. I know that the head coach doesn't do all the recruiting, but the number 2 corner in the country, the head coach was in on that recruitment. So you're saying you believe? This is why
I
Brian
would tell
Kelly's
him
a fucking liar.
I would tell him I believe too. Shit, I ain't with y'all no more. Fuck you.
Brian Kelly's a fucking liar. Kelly chose not to issue it to him because Daniels wasn't on board with Pickett wearing the number. Kelly was fired October 26, 2025, after his compiled 34-14 record in 4 seasons. Quote, I just wasn't prepared to do it until we got a full commitment from another Heisman Trophy winner. Kelly said, we don't want to issue number 9, so you can't treat one differently from the other. LSU has retired the jersey of 4 of its former players, halfback Billy Cannon, defensive back Tommy Casanova, halfback Jerry Stovall, running back Charles Alexander, and plans to retire former quarterback Burt Jones' number 7 jersey on November 4th. However, LSU's policy regarding jerseys being retired, which is published on its athletic department website, states that any number retired after January 1st, 2007, does not preclude a current student athlete in that sport from wearing that jersey and that or any other sport subject to the discretion of the head coach. The number 20 jersey made famous by Cannon, who was the team's first Heisman Trophy winner in 1959, is the only number that cannot be worn again by a football player. Jersey numbers worn by former LSU basketball stars Bob Pettit, Pete Maravich, and Shaquille O'Neal, and former Tigers baseball coach and athletic director Skip Bertman have also been permanently retired in their respective sports. The LSU policy states that an athlete must have completed competition for 5 years before being nominated for jersey retirement, and he or she must have demonstrated truly unusual and outstanding accomplishments, such as winning Heisman Trophy or National Player of the Year award, and should be based on the total LSU career. In the cease and desist letter sent to Osbury attorney Adam Kenner, noted that Daniels' contract with LSU permitted the school to use his name, image, and likeness for 180 days beyond his final college game. Oh, the story goes on for more. Here's the thing. Where are we at on this? Opinions.
I mean, sound like to me they fucked up somewhere. But
Sir?
He
so
kind
that
of got
one,
a point, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. If they promised to do the jersey to get there, and he has that, as a school, you got to stand by it.
Jasmine? You're muted. We can't hear you on volume. Nothing.
Can you hear me?
Now we can. There
Okay.
we go.
Yeah, I was saying I'm not really too sure. I feel like I mean, like Sterling was saying, I mean, he was promised this jersey, so I mean, there's not much
So
really that can really happen at this point now, for real, in my opinion.
at certain schools, there are certain numbers that mean a thing. At USC in particular, if you're on defense, the number 55. Junior Seau wore that number. Ray Maluga wore that. And somebody else. Fuck. He played in the NFL. He was a great fucking linebacker. I can't think of who it is. He wore that. On the offensive side of the ball, the best receiver usually gets the number 1. Deshaun Jackson was going to go to USC, but was it Lane Kiffin? Was it when Lane was the coach there? Or was it no, it was Pete Carroll. Um there was a kid from Jersey. He didn't really end up doing anything. but they promised him the number one. And Deshaun Jackson's like, I'm from California. Like, why can't I have it? And he was like, we promised it to a kid from New Jersey. And I forget who it was. I'd have to look it up. That kid came to USC and was wildly mediocre. And Deshaun Jackson went to Cal and balled the fuck out. And then went to the NFL and balled the fuck out. Here's the thing. Plies chimed in on this. Shout out to the good brother Plies. Plies tweeted, the Heisman Trophy meant you had a great year, not a great career at a school. 1 or 2 years to me at a school isn't enough to have your jersey retired. It's players with no Heisman who had great careers. A career at that institution should only be worthy of that honor. Jaden Daniels played exactly 1 season in Baton Rouge. And his family, well, they didn't give out Joe Burrow's number. Joe Burrow played 1 season, and he might have played 2. He played 1 for sure because he was at Ohio State first. The difference is Joe Burrow led his team undefeated to a national championship and also won the Heisman. So I could see why his number was not put back into rotation. It's not retired. It's just that nobody has worn it since Joe Burrow left LSU. I'm divided on this one.
Me too. Because my thing is, he might have not have had this wonderful career there, but
he had a great year. He won the Heisman. People seem to forget that LSU, Brian Kelly was just not the right coach for LSU. Like, he probably should have stayed at Notre Dame, but he was like, it's hard to win here. You don't have the resources that you would have at LSU. Well, with those resources, they expect results. And you went 34-14 in 4 seasons. You didn't deliver.
My thing is, the school has the right to give the jersey out if they want to. They literally have it in their contract. He now has the right to say, y'all motherfuckers won't make another dime off of me either. Simple as that.
Well, so they had 180 days to use his name, image, and likeness beyond his last college game, which was a bowl game because they didn't make the playoffs. At that time, it was still only a 4-team playoff. So LSU was 10-3 that year with the last win coming in the bowl game. So they couldn't have made the playoffs. In a 12-team playoff, LSU was absolutely in the field. I'm really divided on this. I'm really divided because how many years did Shaq actually play at LSU? He came out after his junior year?
No, I think it was his sophomore year. I think he only played 2 years.
He really did only play. So this is why I'm divided. And they're like, well, your bylaw states they have to play X amount of years, but I know Shaq did not play a full 4 years in college.
Hell no.
He didn't. So, like, he's Shaq. So I get like, and at that time.
Now, keep in mind, LSU basketball wasn't shit and had never been shit for real
since
Shaq.
Pete Maravich left, before Shaq showed up. So that is a different set of circumstances. I'm really divided, bro. I can't call this. I'm really, really divided. I can't say who's right or wrong. The one thing I will tell you is I don't care for Lane Kiffin, so I'm always on, like, whatever Lane Kiffin says, I'm like, no, it's the opposite of that. So
well, the kid
SMB attorney says, God damn it. What'd you say, Cole?
I said, well, the dude that was wearing the number, he ain't wrong because he was promised it.
No, he's not wrong. This is the problem, though. Okay, interesting business of football story unfolding here. Jaden Daniels' family is mad LSU effectively unofficially retired Joe Burrow's number 9, but won't do the same for Jaden Daniels' number 5. Brian Kelly's staff promised 5-star quarterback DJ Pickett the number to get him to sign. Kelly never actually issued it because Daniels objected. Kelly got fired. Lane Kiffin took over and said, when a kid is promised, yada, yada, yada. Ryan Clark tweeted about this as well. I wanted to see what RC said because he's an LSU alum.
Yeah, I was going to say he's from LSU, so yeah.
Yeah, what did RC say? Okay, this is what he said. Before the rumor will run wild or things get taken out of context, hoping to provide some clarity. The Daniels camp understands that the number 5 jersey is not retired at LSU, nor have they ever asked for it to be. The cease and desist is not about the number itself or DJ Pickett. It's about respect and the process by which that number was ultimately given out. For those attempting to make this about Jaden and Joe Burrow, the narrative is simply not accurate. This is about respecting and honoring a young man who brought the program its third Heisman Trophy and represented LSU with distinction. I've spoken with people on both sides about this situation. I'll add this. I love this young man and I love my school. My hope is that this situation can be resolved in a respectful manner that honors everyone involved and most importantly recognizes what Jaden Daniels accomplished for LSU. Now, Jaden wants to focus on excitement around the team, how well camp is going, and winning games for the Commanders. I can't call it. This is very strange. Here's my thing. You have in college football, you have spring practice and then you have fall camp. If Brian Kelly promised him the number to come there, Brian Kelly got fired in October, days before Halloween. When he stepped on the field last year, he should have been wearing that number. Or if you said, well, Jaden didn't want his number being given out. I don't know what to tell you if they didn't retire the number. I get where he's like, I want a Heisman too, and but Joe Burrow won a national championship.
Yeah.
So I also see that argument. Joe Burrow went undefeated. That Alabama, that Clemson team that Joe Burrow played against, remember that team, that's the same Clemson team that beat the fuck out of Alabama a couple of good times. Like Trevor Lawrence was everybody's like, Trevor Lawrence is the best player ever. Well, actually, I don't know if Trevor was there at that point. It doesn't matter. This is very, very strange. This is very strange. I don't know how to feel about this. Promising somebody a number, it's tough. It's tough. So what's gotten worse about this is apparently, so when you win the Heisman, there are two trophies made. One goes to the player, and then one goes to the school for them to showcase. Apparently, Jaden and his family have requested that LSU send him their Heisman copy. That's what I'm saying. This is look, they melted OJ's Heisman down after the civil suit. The school copy is still in the Hall of Champions. They took Reggie's trophy back, and the school got to keep theirs.
That's crazy.
So this is where I think Jaden may have gone a bit too far. If this I haven't got confirmation that the Heisman, that him wanting them to have the Heisman removed and sent to him, I have not gotten confirmation that is 100% factual. But if that is true, do we think that's going a step too far?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just
all over. At the end of the day, it's all over a number that was not. He's saying that he wanted his jersey retired, but at the end of the day, the school didn't agree to retire his number. It wasn't agreed on. If the school never agreed to retire it, you saying that it should be retired doesn't mean anything. You wore the number, and it's kind of like one of those things. It's like he kind of got to suck it up, is what it sounded like to me.
No, nobody wants to wear big numbers in football anymore. That's why NFL players were so happy that they changed that rule, because receivers used to be 80 and up. Receivers' numbers were always 80 and up. Linemen were usually in the 60s and 70s. Linebackers, 50s.
40s and 50s.
Corners, corners, 20s. Safeties, 20s, 40, something like that. There was a numbering system. And then finally NFL caught up. College football has always done their own thing. There can be two players on the same team that wear the same number. It's just that one has to be on offense, and they can't both be on the same side of the ball. You can have an offensive player wear number 10 and a defensive player wear it as well. It's a number. And here's the thing. They don't make new numbers, and nobody's going to walk around with 137 on their goddamn jersey.
No.
They're just not. So if you here's the thing, there is one number so Billy Cannon's 20 is retired, and then unofficially Joe Burrow's number 9. The number 7, which Leonard Fournette wears, the number 7 is given out at LSU to the best player on the team. So had Jaden Daniels wore number 7, it's like, this is not going to be retired. This is going to be given to the best player on the team every year.
Right.
I prefer to wear a smaller number when I'm playing ball. The only number like that really mattered above like the Yankees. The funny thing about the Yankees, when they started giving out numbers, when numbers were first assigned in baseball, they were assigned by your position on the field. So then the Yankees started a different tradition. Babe Ruth wore number 3. What's my guy? Lou Gehrig wore 4. Joe DiMaggio wore number 5. When Mickey Mantle got to the Yankees, he was supposed to be the next guy in the line. So they gave him number 6, and he played like shit, and they sent him to the minors. When he came back up, he started hitting, but they gave him number 7. But then when Jeter came up, they gave him number 2. No other number, like, after those guys, like, and I'm not, like, shout out to Rocket, Andy Pettit. Like, Giambi wanted to wear the number 3 when he signed with the Yankees, and everybody's like, are you fucking out of your mind? And he was like, what? They're like, Babe Ruth wore number 3. The Yankees are not giving you fucking number 3. So Giambi wore 25. He did. He wore 25 or something like that. I can't remember why. No, he wore 23, 2 and 3. I forget what it was. I'll have to look it up. But it's a number. I get it. If it's been your number, Sterl, you always wore 33. Always wore 33. Sterl famously
all my kids wore 33.
Yeah, so I remember when Shawan Shakar got their numbers, Shawan immediately wanted 33. The number does matter to you. So I understand what Jake, like,
it ain't the number. Let's keep it a buck. What it is RC hit it on the head. It's the respect. Jaden Daniels wants LSU to hold him where Joe Burrow is, and it's levels to the shit.
He didn't win a natty.
You didn't win a natty. It is what it is. That's all this is over. It ain't the number. He just saying, if y'all would have gave away Joe Burrow's number, I would be okay with it. But since you're holding Joe Burrow's here, I won a Heisman. So I feel that I should be on the same playing field, and they don't hold you there. It is what it is.
Here's the thing. That natty separates them. That's why Joe Burrow is where he is.
Not only just the natty, they went not only did they get the natty, they were undefeated.
15-0. And that separates you. I'm sorry. Like, don't get me
wrong. So he has he has 2 more slots. You both won the Heisman. He went undefeated and won the national
fucking natty.
His resume
supersedes him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate for it to come off this way, but the number, like, Brian Kelly should have given that kid the number last year. But then we'd be still good. He went to Jaden because he recruited Jaden to come there from Arizona State. And Jaden was like, I don't want my number, anybody wearing my number. Lane Kiffin
has no ties to any of that shit.
He doesn't, but Lane Kiffin is also a fucking agitator. You tell me, he told the whole fucking world. And if you're a fan, listen to this. I do a college football show on my Patreon, patreon.com/Derek Lamont Experience. I covered this whole Lane Kiffin situation last year. Ole Miss was on a fucking tear. Brian Kelly got fired. James Stewart got fired at Penn State. Everybody, Mizzou gave Drink more money. They were like, everybody's looking for a new coach to fill a vacancy. And LSU was the preeminent job at this point that's open. Like, Michigan, the Michigan job came open after the season, after what happened. Lane Kiffin told the world, because everybody knew that he was the number 1 candidate for that job. He might be losing Jasmine. Lane Kiffin told the world that he would let everybody know after the Egg Bowl, the day after Thanksgiving. The Egg Bowl came and went. They asked him. He was like, I don't know. He stayed on campus trying to put together a staff because he was taking the LSU job. The goddamn the athletic director had to be like, Lane, you cannot keep doing this. You're either in or you're out. You're in or you're out. You can't do this. You're playing us against them. You're trying to poach players from the team. You're trying to coach players from the fucking staff. Lane finally decided he was going to take the LSU job. Then he sat his ass in the Ole Miss football offices watching college football playoff games to the point Pete Golden was like, why the fuck are you here? This is not your office anymore. Get the fuck out. Then Lane got mad when people showed up at the airport to boo his ass. He's always doing some fuck shit. When he was on the Alabama coaching staff, Saban had to fire him because they knew he was going to take the Florida Atlantic job, but he wanted to stay on the staff and coach. When he fucking told the people at Tennessee, we're going to sing Rocky Top all night long after we beat Georgia or Florida, whoever the fuck it was. And then the minute Pete Carroll knew them fucking, like, the NCAA was coming down on USC and Pete Carroll bolted for the NFL, Lane left Tennessee in the middle of the night and they started burning mattresses in the dorm rooms. Lane Kiffin's a fucking agitator. There's no way that he didn't know that if he gave that kid that number, it was going to cause this shitstorm.
I mean, you can say that, but at the end of the day, if the kid is coming to you and he said something, I've been here before. I was supposed to get the number last year for whatever reason.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. So the kid might have came to Lane saying, hey, this year I was promised this number. This is one of the reasons why I signed here. I need this number. Lane is probably coming in there. I have no ties to this shit. I had nothing to do with this. If the kid is saying that he wants the number, am I taking the risk of a kid leaving me and going to the portal over a number? No, you get the number. Y'all figure that shit out on the back end. I would have did the same thing.
Though. You already on campus and we in fucking fall camp. Get your ass out there. I don't want to talk about a number. We'll talk about this shit after the season.
Sound good until you need to get something out of this kid and you're banking on him. Sounds real good.
I mean, the kid was good last year, but LSU was still dog shit. Like LSU's biggest problem last year, it wasn't Brian. It was the fact that Brian Kelly believed that Garrett Nussmeier was a good quarterback. That's number one. But Lane sitting there playing those games, his daughter was dating one of the LSU linebackers. You were in town on a private plane. You sat there and held everybody hostage for over Thanksgiving weekend, might I add. I'll let you know after the Egg Bowl on Friday. Hey, Lane, the clock say 0. Then he sat there and threatened one of the reporters, you want to call me a hoe? Come call me a hoe to my face. And I'm like, yo, I get it. But at the same time, dog, you're the head coach of a major football institution in the Southeastern Conference. Have some fucking decorum, nigga. Lane is an agitator. Now, does that have anything to do with the number? Not in particular. I agree with what you said. While Jaden had a good season, he really did. And he won the Heisman. What Joe Burrow did was magical. LSU hadn't won a national title since Saban. And that was what, 2003? No, Miami won in 3. I think they won in 04. No, Ohio State won in 03. They beat Miami in the double over in that game in the Fiesta Bowl. I think LSU won in 04. Like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I just, if you knew they were still using your name, image, and likeness, and you were fine until old boy got issued that number in fall camp this year. Excuse me. That's what kind of makes Jaden.
I still say he ain't wrong about that. They got the right to do what they want to do. He got the right to do what he wants to do.
I'm going to pull my name. Yeah, but does it make it like okay, so here's the thing. Washington really regressed last season after Jaden led them to the NFC Championship the season before. Jaden also got hurt. Everybody's like, you worried about your fucking number when your team didn't make the playoffs last year and you were injured. You need to focus on getting healthy and getting your team back into the playoff picture. You worried about what's going on at a college that you were at for 10 months maybe. And everybody's like, this reeks of his mother. Like, he's sitting there, remember, he was sitting there talking to Juju, smiling and shit. Then the next time we see him, his mom's sitting in between him and Juju.
That's like personal shit. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you a grown man. You don't have to get that mom shit out of her. You got to figure that out.
Like, he comes off the field, he issues this statement He comes off the field. Somebody takes a picture of him and his mom, and then he issues a statement along with the picture. It does look like your mom is really controlling things. And we're going to get to the point. I ain't saying his mom's on no Uncle Dennis type shit, but right now,
Yo, what it looking like?
it does not look good, bro. It don't like people talk shit about Rich Paul. Rich Paul is known for getting people paid who necessarily shouldn't be getting paid what they're getting paid. Let's be honest. Rich Paul done got a lot of niggas rich who barely cracked the top, the top 9 rotation and shit in the NBA. But Rich got them niggas paid. But what Uncle Dennis did, like, imagine if he never sent that text message. We may never find out about all this shit. And I feel him. Hey, it's the 13th, nigga. Where my money at? So for them to send you this money, they had to fire damn near everybody in the company. Okay, well, this looks crazy now. Now Kawhi looking crazy as shit. Now you had a whole fucking deal with the people that make scoreboards. Like, I don't know, but I don't know, Jaden. I can't make heads or tails of it. I feel RC. What was going on? Oh shit! Goddamn. Okay, we lost Jasmine. Her power went out, guys. Sorry about that. I feel where RC is coming from, as people forget. Before he was with the Steelers, he was on that Redskins team with Sean Taylor. So his ties, he's directly tied to it one way or the other because he's an alum of LSU and he also played for Washington. So I know he knows that kid very well.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he played in the secondary. I bet he knows the kid who's wearing the number now. He got let go from ESPN.
Probably went to his camp or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he got let go from ESPN. I'm sure he's went back to LSU and been around fall camp and stuff like that. So I appreciate RC for even saying anything. Be like with the position that he's in, he's tied to this in many, many ways. But again, Joe Burrow won a national championship. He won the Natty, he won the national championship, and he won the Heisman. If Jaden had at least got them to a college football playoff game, and it was a respectable game, maybe. But fuck, Baker Mayfield won the Heisman, came out, started beating the shit out of Georgia, and then Oklahoma's defense fucked up and let Georgia win that game. Years later, somebody was wearing Baker's number 9.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It seems like a lot over a fucking number, dog. But I get it though. I totally get it.
I'm sure somebody wearing Derrick Henry number at Bama.
See, again, that's my thing though. They don't make new numbers, all right?
Right.
You just can't be retiring like if you go to Yankee Stadium, if you ever have the pleasure of going, go to Monument Park. You know how many fucking retired numbers the Yankees have? Like, yo, we can't be retiring nobody else. Nigga, they ain't making no more new numbers. I don't know what we're gonna do. Niggas gonna be 11D in a minute. You keep retiring all these fucking numbers, bro.
Right.
You can't retire. Like, you look in the rafters, Michael, Scotty, and there might be somebody else. There's only I know them 2 are retired for sure. There ain't many Bulls players retired. It's a lot of Lakers players retired.
Didn't they retire Rose?
They did retire D Rose. They just did Rose. So Michael, Scotty, and Derrick Rose. And I think there might be somebody else. I have to double check. But we can't just be retiring numbers like this, man. It just don't work like that. Certain situations, like, I don't know, or like, just do something like now. It's very popular. Like on your Blues jersey, in the neckline, does it have the fleur de lis and like the St. Louis flag? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what you do then, for every person who's had their number retired, and whoever gets or every person who's meant something wearing that number, when the next person gets that number, whoever wore that number before that did great things, it should be immortalized somewhere on the jersey. Like if it's down by the jock tag or in the the collar or something. Like I'm not saying you got to put a
5.
patch on. What'd you say?
Bulls got 5 retired jerseys.
Scotty, Mike, Rose,
Jerry Sloan,
Jerry
and Bob
Sloan. I
Love.
forgot.
And
Yep,
Bob
Jerry
Love.
Sloan, Bob Love. Yeah. Okay. Do something. I don't like. Not many people get 2 numbers retired by the same franchise. You know what I mean? Kobe's got 8 and 24 retired by the Lakers.
Yeah.
It's certain, like the only number retired like league wide in baseball is 42 for Jackie Robinson. The only number retired league wide in the NHL is 99 for Wayne Gretzky. I believe certain numbers. Bill Russell is retired by everybody in the NBA at this point.
No,
and I'm at the point
because Bill Russell was 6. LeBron
he was
wore
number
6.
6.
LeBron wore
in
6 with the
Miami.
Heat.
But since Bill Russell has died, I don't think anybody's worn the number 6.
Shit, before that, nobody wore the number 6 before LeBron did it. Yeah. So I would have to see. I could see.
I'm at the point where I truly believe that, you should retire 23 league wide. You should retire 23 league wide. But then you have the problem, what does Bron wear? Because he can't go. I'm pretty sure 6 might be retired, so he can't go back to 6.
Once LeBron retires, it will be retired league wide.
23 is probably going to be retired league wide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man, we're not making new numbers, bro. There's no 11-70. It's just like no nigga wants to play. And in football, the jersey looked cleaner with 1 number on it. I'm not gonna hold you.
You're right. Since he's retired, they did retire. Since he's passed, they did retire 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Didn't Jeff T go like 83 in Boston?
He said he had a nasty number. It was something crazy. Crazy. Jeff Teague, when he was in Boston.
I think he had like 83 or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was something nasty for sure.
He did. He was like, it was a nasty ass number they gave me when I got to Boston. Yeah, this is a tough situation, bro. They're not making no new numbers. I remember when Reggie Bush got drafted, he petitioned the NFL to let him wear the number 5 in the NFL, and they said no. And then here we go 15, 20 years later, they're like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to wear a big-ass number, bro. Nobody does. Wayne Gretzky only wore 99 because he couldn't get 9 when he was in, like, junior hockey. He wanted number 9 because that was Gordie Howe's number. So he just wore number 9. Like, I don't know if there's anybody in the league that wears 66 right now because of Mario Lemieux. That's like a number you just don't go and ask the equipment manager for. I get it. I truly do get it. If I feel like if anybody should have a stake, like certain people, Reggie Bush should be able to say, I don't want anybody at USC wearing number 5. Because there was not a better player in college football than Reggie Bush for those years that he was at USC. You just didn't fucking know that he touched the ball and go crazy. If Vince Young looked up and said, I don't want anybody to wear the number 10 in Texas, I'd be like, I can't be mad at him. You know how long it's been since Texas had won a national championship? What Vince did in the Rose Bowl in back-to-back years?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to shit on Jaden, but you won the Heisman, great. You got to take it up a level, bro. You got to take it up a level. I would have no problem with Vince Young or Reggie Bush saying, I don't want anybody wearing my number.
What about Tebow?
That's one that they brought up. They was like, Graham Mertz wore 15 like a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Tim Tebow won a Heisman. He was the youngest player to win the Heisman at that point because he was the first sophomore to win it.
Yeah.
And he won 2 national championships at Florida. So if anybody could say, I don't want my number worn, it's definitely Tim Tebow.
Yep.
Tebow, Reggie Bush, Vince Young, those guys should have the right to say, yo, I don't want anybody wearing my number. But if they fine with it, then I don't know, man. It's looking scary for Jaden Daniels. He better fucking light it up this year. He better light it the fuck up this year, or people gonna come back like, see, your mama got you on some bullshit, and you cried all summer about that fucking number, and y'all got your ass whooped.
Washington gonna have a decent squad. Now,
our squad gonna be dirt this year.
playing against them Eagles might be a fucking problem, but yeah. And shit, the
I don't
Cowboys
know,
too.
man. This just is
Preseason night, right?
yeah, Niners are playing right now, as a matter of fact. Let's see. 7-7 Tennessee. So where it's tied 7-7. Actually, the Lions and the Bengals are playing right now, and the Packers and the Steelers. There's actually quite a few games on tonight. Colts,
Yeah,
Patriots, Chargers,
Eagles and
Texans.
Ravens tomorrow.
I gotta see what Tua
Yeah.
looking like.
Raiders and Cardinals. How is this fucker playing? I hate him. Check your
Ooh.
stats. Fernando Mendoza. I hate that fucking kid. Racist bastard. 7 of 12, 63 yards, 55.3 yards, 1 touchdown. Fuck you, Mendoza, bastard. Anyway, yeah, what does a number mean to you? I always want to wear number 7 when I play ball. I always want the number 7.
Me too.
So I get it.
33
I
was
get it.
always my number, so
Yeah, I get it, but
if it ain't 7, it's 26.
what did you accomplish is all I'm saying. Like, you won the Heisman, great. It's a lot of niggas who won the Heisman and didn't win national championships. There's a lot of guys who won the Heisman and didn't play in a major bowl game. Like, Florida played in a low-level bowl game the year Tebow won it. Fuck, Eric Crouch won a Heisman, and then Nebraska got blasted in the national championship game. And then when Eric Crouch made it to the NFL, they moved him from quarterback to receiver.
shit, Monty Ball won a Heisman, and I don't even think they made it
No,
to
he
a
didn't.
bowl game.
No, they made it to a bowl game. He didn't win. I forgot who won it. Who did he lose to? He was the
I could have
year
swore
he
he
was.
won it.
He was the year
year
he
that.
was.
Oh no, the quarterback that went to the Colts, he won it.
And
That
Luck
retired
didn't win
early.
it. No, Luck didn't win it.
You sure?
Wait, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm okay. I'm Googling it now. Did Monty Ball lose the Heisman to Robert Griffin III?
Oh yeah, RG3. Okay.
Yep.
That's nasty.
Oh, Monty Ball really suffered from the Badgers backing Russell Wilson for Heisman for many weeks. That's right. Russell Wilson was his quarterback. I totally forgot about that. Yep. He lost to fucking RG3. So this shit has gotten crazy. So it's a dude walking around New York City writing "Kill Jay-Z" on many things. The same man who stalked and threatened Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez has been lurking around the Roc Nation headquarters every day, harassing security and people around Jay. The man is also tagging "Kill Jay-Z" in red every floors or walls near his well with red paint to resemble fake blood on his clothes. This shit is sad. He's writing it like this shit has gone too far. This has gone too far. We at a point where it's not even about the music anymore. This stan culture shit has gone too far. Nikki claims Jay owes her like 50 some odd millions of dollars from the title sale when that's not like she never officially signed her contracts. When they did that whole title press conference, those contracts weren't real. Nikki never signed her official contract. She's blaming Jay. Then it was the whole Super Bowl thing. Wayne had everybody believing that Jay promised him the Super Bowl. Wayne he can't show up for your damn shows on time. You barely remember your lyrics. When they did the Grammys, the producer for the Grammys came out and said that everybody showed up to rehearsal except for Wayne. Then you got Drake did a stream a couple days ago and made some statement about the Roc Nation subpoenas and this, that, and the third. You had Tory father outside the courthouse when Tory got sentenced, saying Rock Nation will crumble, saying it was Rock Nation's fault that Tory got locked up. Is
Out
this
of
shit
all them
about music
situations, I
anymore?
believe that. But go ahead.
Well, Megan's a Rock Nation orders, but is this shit about music anymore?
I don't
This
think
shit.
It was never about music, bro. It was never about the music. The music was just better back then, so it held up, and it wasn't a scrutiny of light from social media. Now everybody has a voice. That's the only difference. We just didn't hear none of this shit because you had to get your information from an actual magazine
Double
or
XL,
and
the
they was only
radio.
going to
This shit.
publicate what they wanted to publicate. Now anybody can say what they want to say, make up what they want to make up, and once you hit upload, if a
It's out
motherfucker,
there.
if an audience buys into it, it has the chance of blowing up and becoming a thing.
This shit is depressing, bro. This shit is depressing. Like, you can't like this artist if you a fan of this art. This shit has gone way too fucking far, dog. This shit has gone way too fucking far. Like,
I say,
people
I
got
love the
these
internet, but it's
parasocial
a gift and a
relationships.
curse.
These like, y'all motherfuckers, Drake cares about us. Drake is constantly feeding us. He's in a deal where he has to deliver albums and content to them. Like, this has nothing to do with y'all as fans. Y'all like, the game missed Drake. It's been too long. There was a lot of music put out after that beef. The nigga did a cover of Hey There, Delilah.
I don't even remember that.
Oh my God. If you look, I love Hey There, Delilah. Do not listen to the Drake cover. The nigga did a song with Sexy Red. He put out multiple records. And it's not even about Drake at this point. Now it's, when the fuck is Kendrick gonna drop? See, he don't do shit for y'all. You're really not supposed to be dropping albums every year. Like,
Right.
that shit was reserved for the big heads. Like, when Def Jam had its peak in the late 90s to early 2000s, it was 3 niggas who dropped albums every year. Jay, Rule, and X. And they were at the top of the game. We didn't get no fucking Method Man album every fucking year. If Drake want to keep putting out albums, goddamn it, go ahead and do it. But you just put out 3. Let them fucking breathe. But Nicki has aligned herself with Trump. Like, we know way too much about these people at this point. This internet shit is terrible, dog.
It's a gift and a curse.
This shit is terrible. Like, Wayno said something about Drake stream, and then Drake took a screenshot of Wayno on a stream with some comic book fans talking about X-Men 97. The nigga's not allowed to like comics. This nigga a goofy. He talking about comic books. What the fuck are we talking about? The nigga Styles P has a Marvel encyclopedia and went up to Marvel and was like, I got a lot of questions for you niggas. Ain't now one of you niggas in the street go tell Styles P he's soft because he like comic books. Get stabbed in the ass if you want to.
Not in the ass.
That's what happened. That's why Styles went to jail. He poked that nigga up the ass. Pause.
Stabbed that nigga in the ass. Stabbed in the ass. Everybody know he got stabbed in the ass.
Yeah, Styles stabbed that nigga in the ass. So how did we get to this? This internet shit is bad. This shit, like, and the crazy thing is, the irony of it is we're saying this on a platform that we put out to the world via
That's
the
the
internet.
bad part, because it's overly needed, but everybody don't need it, bro. And the bad part about it is 80% of it is just like anything else in music, sports, and in life. The older you get phased out. Right. Shit ain't what it is when you was used to it. You're past your golden age of what you love, so you getting phased out of the shit. And I'm accepting it. I'm getting phased out on a lot of this shit.
So am I. But at the same time, I'm just like, a lot of this shit for clicks and social media and stuff is like, I'm sorry, that stream he did, like, I didn't watch that shit, but I've seen clips of it. Like, you barking, and then let's maybe be very clear. The goth girl was pretty as fuck for a goth girl. And I'm not for a goth girl. She was pretty, regardless of whatever she chooses to, like, you know, display herself as. But you barking, you like, don't come for no replies because the pen isn't dry. And it's like, my nigga, a lot of that shit we know you didn't write.
Speaking of that, that barking shit, I was on Instagram on my lunch break. They had that nigga barking to the Not Like Us beat.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Like, what?
You got AI videos and a motherfucker. Somebody was like, "Yo, I'm a Drake fan, but this is kind of corny." And then a motherfucker was like, "Cry real tears, you fucking K-bot." So then this was the kicker. So Russ retired, right? Yesterday, right?
Yep. Yeah. So yep.
So this dude on Threads, I'm not even like, and that's the shit about social media. It used to be you saw what the people you were friends with or you followed posted. Now
Right.
they push everything to you. And these apps will send you notifications. Such and such said this. I don't even know this fucking person. Don't put this shit on my fucking home screen. I don't know who the fuck Caleb in fucking Nevada is. Why is Caleb in Nevada Threads on my home screen? This is fucking stupid. So anyway, dude tweeted, yeah, the Drake curse got him. Fucking bozo, that's why you retired. You couldn't find another team. Then he showed the video of Russ on the stage dancing at the pop-out to Not Like Us. The nigga played 18 years, won an MVP, averaged a triple-double for what, 2 straight seasons, and is a 3 straight seasons, and is a 9-time All-Star, and you niggas gonna say he's retired because he danced on a stage to a song.
That nigga got 2 scoring titles on top of that and 3 assist titles.
Yep.
This is the nuttiest shit I've ever heard. This is the nuttiest shit I've ever heard. You got a lot of motherfuckers. His fans, bro.
He got him in the chokeover.
He is the Jay. It's between Jay or Nas. They will always be my GOAT. I don't have anybody higher than Jay or Nas. That's just the way it is. And I like a lot of Drake music and was a huge fan. But a lot of the shit the past 5 years, I'm like, my brother, if I was a senior in high school, you would have been a freshman. You about to be 40, nigga. We are too old to be doing some of this shit that you're doing. This shit looks really fucking corny, dog. Stop. Just fucking stop, nigga. But his fan base, he's going to cater to the younger fan who don't give a fuck. That nigga could shit on, like, he could put out some absolute bullshit and people will be like, nah, that's the great. People still, Kanye kids love Ghost. That's the greatest album ever. I'm like, y'all niggas never heard College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Nigga, Yeezus is better than Kids See Ghosts. Kanye's the GOAT. Donda's the greatest album ever. What, nigga? You heard that whole album and said that's not even in Kanye's top 5 albums. These motherfuckers can do anything and get on a track and say what the fuck ever, and they'd be like, oh, he's the fucking ever. He's the greatest ever. It still boggles the mind. Like, I know that for a while it was Nicki and she was the only one in the space. Nicki won like 2 BET Best Female Hip Hop Artist or something like that, or Best Female Artist. I think she won like 2 years in a row before her first album came out. And I guess at that point we should have noticed the change. Like, this is the changing of the guard. This is the changing of the guard. Now all of a sudden motherfuckers like Ross ain't never been shit. Ross ain't never been shit. Rick Ross ain't never had fire albums. This is where we're going. This is where we choosing to go.
I don't know why they hate on Ross.
Because he started beefing with Drake. Because he jumped in that shit.
Yep.
Ross, and to be fair,
Ross bring a lot of that shit on him too.
He do. Ross shouldn't have got in that shit. French is a grown ass man. Ross ain't no bit like, he sent French a cease and desist. If French want to say something, let French say something. Ross shouldn't have jumped in that shit. He just shouldn't have.
I think it had something else to do with that too.
He was already beefing with Drake over that, over certain shit. So, I mean, that shit was already out. You just gave me a reason to say something, which is fine. I mean, he said something. He said something. It is what it is.
This shit has gotten out of hand, dog. Like, and I don't want to shit on content creators because we're literally doing a podcast that goes up on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. I'll be the old nigga in the room, though. I've never particularly thought that Nicki Minaj, like, she's the greatest female rapper ever. I'm just like, okay, if you believe that, that's fine. Like, this is the same girl that was doing fucking different voices. I'm Roman. Yeah, this is Roman's revenge. Yeah. Like, this is the greatest female rapper ever to y'all. But she was the only one in that space for a while. Foxy had lost her fucking hearing. Remy was in jail. And Nicki stole Kim's whole fucking persona to begin with. It was just her.
Yeah.
No shade to Jean Grey, but nobody was listening to Jean Grey. Nobody was listening to fucking Bahamadia. Nobody knew who Rhapsody was yet. Nicki was literally the only one there for the longest time.
And she opened the floodgates, boy, because them
That
broads
was
in here
basically because she was with Wayne.
That Young
Wayne
Money was a force. Wayne was the most popular rapper on the planet for a good stretch of time. And then he brought Nicki and Drake along for the ride. The only motherfucker who really didn't benefit was Tyga. He didn't really get graced the way that he should have with Young Money. Tyga's the only one who didn't truly benefit. And the rest of the motherfuckers who was on that first Young Money album.
Yeah,
I'd have left too. Like, but here's the thing. Niggas have been telling us horror stories about Baby and his finances for years. I feel like they signed with Young Money, Cash Money for the exposure. Because Wayne was hot as fucking
because they
grease.
thought they was going to get the bread and all of that. Because at the end of the day, yeah, we heard the horror stories, but if Wayne is still here, it can't be that bad, can it?
But that's the thing.
And then you find out years later
that Wayne
was that
broke.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that fucking bad. The nigga Turk got out of jail and everybody's like, are you surprised? And he was like, nah, we was kids. We didn't know no better. If we 15, 16, 17 years old and we looking for a check and a nigga give us a Rolex and a whip, we ain't gonna ask many questions. He keeping ice on us. We fucking air bitch we want. We got the hottest new whips. And we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At that age, you're not going to ask those questions. When you get older and you have kids and you have to start planning for your future, hey, dog, where the fuck is my money at? Where the fuck is my money at? Like that Wayne documentary when he got off the tour bus and Baby had that fucking Phantom there with the big ass bow. He was like, who that's for? Why that motherfucker got a big ass bow on it? The nigga had just sold 1 million copies of that Carter 3 album in 1 week. In 1 week. I would have to imagine he recouped. Didn't see no check. You got a fucking car, which is going to depreciate in value. You got jewelry, which is going to depreciate in value.
Yep.
Didn't he go on strike? I don't know what he went on strike for. Carter 4 or 5?
The Carter 5 was supposed to come. It just kept getting pushed back. Wayne thought he was immune to the shit. Like they would just be like this day, this day, this day. What it was Baby Jay Prince went on Rap Radar and told the story. Baby and Slim fucked that money up. And they couldn't, like, it was something going on between Cash Money and Universal where they weren't going to distribute Wayne's album or something like that. And Wayne was owed some type of bonus as well. He was owed some upfront money for turning in the album, which he had apparently turned in, and Cash Money didn't pay him, and they also didn't give him a fucking release date.
That's that's crazy.
The craziest part is Turk went to jail, Juvie left, BG left and went to jail.
Manny Fresh left.
Manny Fresh left. Wayne stayed and held down Cash Money in its darkest times. If you supposed to pay anybody, you supposed to pay Wayne.
Yeah, he both got paid first. Super the check came.
But, you know, Wayne's mistake, though, was Wayne chose loyalty. Derek Jeter said it. He was like, I'm loyal to a fault. But loyalty one way is stupidity. Jay offered to sign him and hit Baby and was like, yeah, me and Wayne talked it over. I'm going to bring him over to Rockefeller. And then Baby hit him with a lawsuit the next day for torturous interference.
Yeah, I remember Jay talking about it. He was like, wait, where this come from? I remember that.
And then Wayne threw all them subs at Jay, this, that, and the third. And when Wayne needed help with his $14 million worth of tax debt, who was there? Jay was.
Yep.
This ain't no Jay versus Drake, none of that shit, because I'm too old to give a fuck. But this is absolutely insane. These Stan wars going on. And I'm just like, and I stopped listening because I'm just like, do y'all fundamentally understand hip hop?
But that's the problem. They don't. And
they don't. They don't.
If you have that argument with them, you'll quickly find out.
And
That's why I don't even do
stop.
it.
That's why I had to stop having that argument. I'm like, they was like, Drake is better than Jay. I was like, there's a million. So there's 14. There's at least an album's worth of material spread out over different projects we know Drake didn't write. And Jay has forgotten more rhymes than Drake has probably ever spit in his lifetime.
Right.
But Drake the hottest nigga in the game. Based on what, dog?
Jay
You're
won't fly
automatically
your songs
eliminated
for
from
other
any
niggas.
conversation. When we find out another nigga wrote your bars and we keep finding all these tracks, you're eliminated from any conversation about being the greatest of all time. But that doesn't exist for these kids in the internet age. And we should have, because hip hop has always been about no snitching. Don't snitch. Don't be a snitch in hip hop. That nigga Tekashi 6ix9ine sat up on that stand and told on all them niggas and came back and still tried to drop records. Eventually, the shit was phased out.
That shit was working when he first came home.
Yeah, it did. It did.
It only
took a
phased
minute
out
for him
because he couldn't make no more hits. That's all that was. If that nigga was still dropping bangers like them first 2 or 3 he had, that nigga would still be around.
Telling you, dog, this shit, like, these Stan Wars, though, I just can't, bro. This shit is like, now motherfuckers, another washed up rapper has an opinion. All right, bro. Do you. But this shit is getting out of hand. This shit is getting out of hand. Now this nigga Ray Daniels, I knew that nigga was a goof when he showed up on Joe Budden podcast with them goofy ass glasses. You may have actually been an A&R and worked on some projects, but Ray Daniels is a fucking goof. 100%. He's still a goofy ass nigga.
Why you tag him that? Because I kind of fuck with him a little bit. I'm interested into why you.
Okay, so he lied. He said the Jay-Z album is done and the title, he's just looking for somebody to partner with to distribute the album. So they was like, oh, Jay-Z washed up. He got to get another Samsung deal to sell fake units of his album and shit. Rock Nation had to come out.
He didn't say he was washed up for that. He just said that
he didn't. The fan said that.
Okay.
Ray Daniels said the album was done, and Rock Nation was like, that's fake fucking news. They didn't say fuck him, but they were like, that's fake news.
He could have got that information from somebody in the industry could have gave him that. And 90% of Jay albums from this point on, they are going to be partnership deals. Jay ain't dropped the album. Jay ain't dropped the last 3 or 4 albums was partnered with somebody to the point where as soon as he uploads it, he's already sold 1 million copies. So that is true.
Magna Carta was partnered with Samsung. 444 was partnered with, that was with Sprint and Tidal.
Yep.
But here's my thing. You know how many fucking people you got to call? It's only certain niggas that can get Jay on the phone, right? Any other regular motherfucker, you got to go through X amount of people to get to Jay. I don't think Ray Daniels is on the list to get Jay-Z on the phone that quick. I just don't see that.
It wouldn't have came from Jay-Z. It could have been he could have got that information from any Joe Schmo in the camp, and he felt it might have been strong enough to say the album is done.
Yeah, I don't. So who would know? Goo would know, because Goo's gonna record Jay regardless.
Maybe
B would know. B ain't telling no fucking body. Bleak said, I have an idea that he's recording. I don't know if there's an album. Bleak is his man's. If Bleak don't know, I'm just not. I'm not going to go with Ray Daniels' word over fucking Bleak. I'm just not. Right. Or Guru, because Guru was like, niggas will be clowns every day of the week, and then get mad when niggas call them clowns. That shit was directed at Ray Daniels. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like Ray Daniels has not done work in the industry. He 100% has.
A lot of work, actually. A lot of work.
He has. But he is now in that subsect of people who cannot stand to not be hot or whatever the fuck. So now he's a content creator. You can't make records no more? Berg's still making records. It's a lot of niggas still making records. Like, get back in the studio.
It's a difference with him, though. He's not a producer. He's an A&R.
I think he was an A&R, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's an A&R. He brings people to the label, works their records, get their whole project off the ground. But he's not a self-starter. He still needs an artist and at least a few producers to put the shit together.
This shit is
And
just bad, dog.
unfortunately, there's no such thing as an A&R in the industry no more.
No, because
don't even have
everything is
that.
predicated off of clicks and shit like that. The labels are finding artists who have their songs trending on TikTok in like 30-second reels and shit like that. Just like when no, go find me the hottest thing on SoundCloud. Go find me somebody with 1 million Instagram followers. You bring them to me and then we'll sign them. And you see that shit has watered music the fuck down.
Yeah,
That shit watered, like, this shit is bad, dog. This shit is bad.
Music used to be like 4-5 minutes long. Shit, you better get 2:30 now.
The average song is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, somewhere in that neighborhood now.
And the average song before was the average radio song was 3:30.
3
so
minutes.
You're talking
Yeah,
about a whole
we had
minute
3 full verses, hooks. Sometimes you
Yeah.
get a bridge. Like, y'all chopped the whole head off a fucking song.
Right. No remixes
They don't
no more.
I mean, B just put out a remix. I loved everything Jay did until, like, where those other drums came in and he said, "I see your fuck nigga hating on my wrist." I'm like, you could have left this off, but the verse was all right. The verse was all right. I don't know. Do I think we getting a Jay-Z album based on the way he told Pharrell to shut up at Yankee Stadium? I do believe we're getting an album. I do believe that. I don't know if B's next album is coming before Jay's though, because everybody was like, well, no, I heard Donk. It got leaked way like months ago. And that might be a fact. But for her to spin the block and put out a whole remix pack of the shit, put a J verse on it, change the drums on a different version, then do an acoustic version. I feel like the Beyonce album, Act 3 of her project might come before Jay's. I don't know. But I feel like they're both definitely working. They're both definitely working.
for sure. I ain't gonna hold you. Anytime I see the Dream running around and actively working his own shit, he's working with Beyonce and Jay. Guarantee it.
And that motherfucking Dream album is something, boy. Shout out to the Dream. That Dream album is fucking crazy, man. I don't know, man. I'm afraid. I'm afraid for music though. I can't lie. Like, R&B don't sound the same no more.
No, yes, it do. R&B is running. You actually got to search for it.
It's coming
R&B
back.
is
You have
actually
to search for good R&B. But the people they're heralding as great artists is just like, they sound like they want to be rappers. There used to be a fine line, and I'm not blaming Drake because Rule and Nelly did some harmonizing. Drake just took what they did and took it a step further. So I'm not blaming him. If anybody, and I don't really want to blame T-Pain, but auto-tune definitely changed some things, because then everybody thought they could sing. Because auto-tune would tune your correct pitch, correctly tune your pitch and stuff like that.
Crazy thing about Pain, he didn't even need auto-tune.
He didn't. That was the fucked up part. Now we got AI artists like
There's somebody go off on Timberland for that.
Yeah, he had an AI artist. Tyga's whole album is AI. And they was like, this is crazy. Why would you do that? He was like, y'all said the same thing about auto-tune. Now, I'm not one to pay attention to Pitchfork reviews, but if a nigga get a 0.0 album review, it is yes. They gave Tyga a 0.0 on his new album.
Damn, you should delete that motherfucker.
Yeah, you could have just not put this the fuck out. So
he should have cut that and made that an LP.
Bro, I'm afraid. I'm afraid for hip hop. I'm afraid for the bullshit that people are putting out and calling hip hop. The nigga Joe called it when that Tommy Richmond shit came on, that $1 Million Baby.
Yeah,
he was very critical of that shit. He was one of the first ones on this Phoenix flexing dude, and the shit is kind of catchy. But when the nigga French brought dude out at Summer Jam and was like, he gonna do the song for y'all. Like, niggas don't even know the name of the song.
And he don't know the song. That nigga got up there and couldn't sing or couldn't do nothing.
It's like,
with it.
It was all AI, and it's like, okay, we at this point, bro. This is the dude who did. I think he did a verse on. It was a dude that did a verse on Chance the Rapper album. He said ChatGPT wrote the verse for. They making it too easy for these kids. They making it too easy, and hip hop has a low barrier for entry, and all music does now because most people are not recording in the big studios that they used to record in. Niggas used to have to save up for studio time. Now everybody got a laptop. You can get an audio interface and a microphone from Amazon right now, and that shit'll be at your door the next day. The barrier of entry, then all you got to do is CD Baby or TuneCore and get your shit put out there. The barrier of entry is way too fucking low, and that shit killed music.
I'm about to cut me a single there.
Look, nigga, if you, yeah. Swiping cards and what that nigga say in that song? Swiping cards and so.
So it's well, that nigga sound like the Monopoly man.
He did. I was like, what is this shit? Joe was. I was like, Joe, what the fuck is this shit? My pocket's getting fatter. He had me on that bullshit for like 2 days. I was like, why is this song stuck in my fucking head? This shit is catchy. But when they saw the nigga, they was like, there's no way this nigga made this song. And when I looked, I was like, oh no. He definitely, this is AI all fucking day long.
Hell yeah.
All day long. Phoenix flexing. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here. I'm afraid for music, man. Our artistry is gone out the window. Very few artists actually know how to play instruments anymore. They bitch and moan every time Cole produced more than 5 songs on his own album. Like, nigga, what's wrong with this nigga? Like, Cole makes good beats. Yeah. Cole picks great fucking samples.
Facts.
Like, I'm just like, I don't like Kendrick using too much West Coast shit. The nigga's from Compton. What are we talking about?
Right. Yep.
I don't know, bro. We are in a content driven world at this point. And I keep hearing people crying about the PlayStation thing. And again, at the end of the day, I don't want to hear this shit anymore because we all signed up for this. The minute we chose to go to Netflix and Hulu to watch movies instead of getting up and putting a DVD in a DVD player, the minute we started listening to music on our phones, all that shit, we signed up for this. Everything else is digital, and that's fine. But the minute video games go primarily digital, then it's a fucking whole clusterfuck. That makes no sense. We all signed up for this. I don't want to hear this shit anymore. But I also don't want Lil Ricky from down the block. I'm about to rap, nigga. Lil Ricky, you can barely read and write. You can't even conjugate a verb. Can you write in cursive? These kids can't even write in cursive, and they make more money than us off these bullshit songs.
I don't even think they teach that no more.
I was going to say, that ain't even part of the curriculum.
This shit is bad, bro. I'm telling you, this shit is bad, bad, bad.
Like, yeah, my
telling me that shit, spin that all my scamming. Come on, dog. That's the song of the summer. This is the song of the summer?
Hey, look.
Go in that go yard bag. Like, what? This the same girl that was on fucking BMF Meet You Where My Husband At. Bitch, if you don't.
Way too much.
Yeah, you know what? Miami ain't seen a studio before Puff got locked up. Miami had been in the studio since her and JT did some shit together. The City Girls been broke up like 2 or 3 years now, right? At least 3.
More than that. Shit,
yeah.
You got to think, Puff been locked up, shit, damn near 2.
Since 24. He got locked up spring of 24. So yeah, it has been.
So they've been broke up damn near about 4 or 5 years.
She didn't have to worry about nothing because she was on fucking Revolt doing that podcast. Puff had her good. Now, like, bro, I'm worried. I'm worried about music, man. I'm worried about the state of music. I think that we might have lived through the last great era of hip hop. I think it's done. I really think it's done, bro. I just don't like. Niggas don't respect the pen anymore. Janice, shut the fuck up. Before Miami put that song out, they were saying Janice, shut the fuck up was the song of the summer. It's way better songs on that Drake album. Shebang is better than Janice, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would be in the song of the summer.
They were saying that Janice, shut the fuck up. Before that Miami song came on, Janice, shut the fuck up was the song of the summer.
Well,
that's what they were saying.
That's when you talking about Joe Budden, ain't it?
Yeah. Telling you, man, we might have lived through the last great era of hip hop, and there's nothing left. Nothing left. Now I got a nigga talking about my pocket's getting fatter.
That sounds like
Can't
something on
see
Disney.
through the light. You ain't heard that song, that Phoenix Flex's shit?
Nah, I ain't heard
bro. Bro.
That shit like it sound like it's the
Swiping
soundtrack to
cards and
Monopoly.
skimming grass. That nigga, hold on. I'm gonna read the lyrics for you, bro. I'm not playing. This
All
nigga
right.
says some absolute bullshit, cuz in this song, I'm not playing. Oh my God.
You could tell that shit is all AI. My pocket's getting fatter. That shit sound like, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Dude, this nigga the WB frog and shit.
That what we all saying that what it sound like.
The nigga look. The funny thing is, the nigga look like he could be like Sahai little brother, swiping cards and stacking chips. Shit is crazy, bro. My pocket's getting fatter. I'm putting the genius shit in the Discord code because you like at the bottom of the screen you can click on it and play the song, bro. You are not gonna believe this bullshit. I'm not playing with you, dog. This shit is the worst shit I ever heard in my fucking life.
At any moment that nigga sound, you gonna say, "Hi, see."
I do. Hey,
oh, I see what you right here.
Wait a minute. Fuck that. When Spesh put out that diss track to Jim and if niggas was like, he talked like an old timey gangster. And it was like, I'm the best gangster around.
Well, nah.
Bro. He really do say, yeah, he's a rat, see? Yeah. Scroll to the bottom of the screen, cuz. I promise you, this nigga face code will be different when he press play on that shit. You click on it yet?
Yeah, tell him I got signed in to Amazon Music.
Oh my fucking God.
Just go to any streaming thing and just put.
It's on YouTube. I'm gonna send you the YouTube joint. My pocket's getting thicker.
Niggas sound crazy.
Crazy as a motherfucker.
Swiping cards and stacking chips. That's fucking crazy.
That shit, I was like, who the fuck is this, man? This has got to be AI. Where's the fucking joint? Hold on, nigga. I got you. I'm about to put it in the YouTube joint real quick.
All right.
Why the fuck? Oh my God.
Yo, what's the name of it? Rubes.
Yeah. Swiping cards and stacking chips.
Well, I got it right here. Hold on.
All right.
Bro, I already. Oh, hey, it sound like some Carmen Sandiego shit.
Not Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It do. Now that he mentioned it actually does.
It sound like
see that? I told you. Yeah, man, that's it. That's all we got for y'all this evening, man. We gonna get out of here. Motherfuck, man. We will be back next week. Hopefully, Six Brown Chicks is back as well. We down to just one episode a week again, obviously, because Raising Kanan is done. Yeah, Sasha Penn did some interviews. Juke may appear in Origins. I don't know if it's going to be Haley Kilgore. They may recast the role. I don't know. We shall see.
How they gonna do that? And it's already done for damn near done for what they said.
So I'm guessing she would appear like he said. Sasha Penn says it's going to take place from 2002 to 2004. So they're going to cram everything they can into 2 years on this show. And Juke
How many
could
seasons
possibly
are they set
return.
for?
They won't say. They're not telling us that. They're not telling us that. So
okay.
Swiping cards and stacking chips. Anyway, it's gonna do it for us. As always, I'm Derek Daniel Ocean. That's super producer Big Money Sterl. That's Killer Kobe. Jasmine lost power, so hopefully her power comes back up. There's a power outage in her area, but we are Paul's Meeting Society. Oh yeah, we will be on that Grand Theft Auto situation that's happening over on Netflix and then YouTube. So stay tuned for that as well. As always, y'all be good. Oh, before we go, since I brought that up, Wolverine. So content creators have been flown out to play Wolverine by Sony. And I saw some videos today. They're able to do like first impressions and stuff like that. They got to play like the very first mission of the game. And that shit looks fucking phenomenal. I cannot wait. September 15th, Wolverine is out. That's a day one for me. It's about to get real crazy in these gaming streets. Wolverine. Ghost of Yote is getting a story expansion. The Zelda, the same. Zelda 40th anniversary Switch 2 leaked. Ocarina of Time is probably coming out around the same time as Grand Theft Auto 6. And Gears of War E-Day is in October. So we're going to get rushed with a lot of games coming up pretty soon. So y'all stay tuned. We got a lot of gaming coverage.
Before we go, that song you sent me, bro. I can almost hear that on the Reading Rainbow beat.
Damn.
Yeah.
Swiping cards and stacking chips.
I can almost hear that.
Yeah, man. I told you this is where music is headed. This shit is fucked up, man.
They're giving that shit mad burn out
here. Look, it really was. I might have to get me a little AI track going. I don't know, brother. That's gonna do it for us. Y'all be good, man. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.